first. Hello. Oh, there it is. Let's see if we can do this. Hello, welcome to Ocean Yummy's channel. So today I'm going to do a reaction on Keith Lee eating English food. So let me just put him on and let's just play.
Me and my family have been traveling around hours looking for Jamaican. I say we travel around for hours because all the restaurants you see here that are not marked are ones we try to go to.
Some of these ones, the list what they're giving him is quite a good list here. Yeah, it's quite a good list. Jerkin Suya, One Love, Nutty. Yeah, it's quite a good list. All right.
Today, but they were closed today and yesterday. And the main reason I'm showing this is to say I hear y'all, I'm listening. It's just that a lot of places they close Sunday in my day, and we still have a lot of time to go to a lot of places that happens to be completely empty. Let's find out why, in my opinion. And we are currently in Crouch in London, England, and we found his family on the spot. I think it's also worth adding, while I was shooting this video, I got a DM from the owner asking us to come to the restaurant. The whole time, he has no idea I'm sitting outside with my bag of food already. God, don't make no mistakes. I got some of the most popular items. I'm excited. I got it. Let's try it and rate it 1 through 10. We spent £32 and 40 pence, or $40.40. Surprisingly, for a Jamaican spot, the customer service was really good. Even though the interaction was short, it was very informative. I'm gonna show you everything I got, and we're gonna try it and rate it 1 to 10. Jerk chicken wings, oxtail with rice and peas and vegetables. And last but not least, a jerk chicken wrap.
Oh, that looks
all
nice.
this food still cooking. It's hot. This is exactly what it is. It's a jerk chicken wrap. It's a wrap with jerk chicken and some vegetables.
That looks nice too. I want all that. Why are you fighting so hard?
It's
This
juicy
man loves his food.
and not as spicy as I thought it was gonna be. There's some sauce in here that is really good. It's a little tangy. It's give me like old school Chipotle, but like Chipotle when they had like this, like high flavors.
Jamaican Chipotle. Is it good? Yeah, Jamaican Chipotle. Oh, his expressions, his eyes doesn't change, right? The food, right? He expresses everything in his eyes, his forehead, his whole face is crazy. I just like, you know, I just I'm not hating on what he does, okay? And I'm from the UK, and anybody who's like saying, okay, whatever, right? Is have to be open minded when it comes down to Keith Lee because um he has messed up in the past and he's actually sometimes he's revered himself. So I'm not going to be mad at him, right? I really want to go back to the breakfast as well because I feel I need to talk about that so that people who is from the Americas can understand why there was such a back and forth with the breakfast. American food is nice because I've had American food. Like I said, I've had a variety of food, so I'm quite open-minded on a lot of stuff. I think there's other people who thinks like how I do. Whether they're on these social media sites, that's a whole different story. But I just like watching Keith Lee express himself is quite enjoyable to me. You know what I mean? I feel he is very expressive. And I am going to get to the choice situation. So that will be on another live. I'm not doing it all today because like I've got my little one here. So I'm going to try and just get this one done because I did promise to do it. So I'm going to try and keep my word, okay?
It's good. 7.9 out of 10 for me. Jerk chicken wings. Now, usually jerk chicken, in my experience, either really dry or really wet. This is a great mixture from the looks of it. You either get that super dry jerk chicken that's really spice forward, or you get that wet jerk chicken.
They don't have no crisp to it.
Yeah, they don't have no crisp at all.
You getting both?
Yeah, it's both of them. It look like. Yeah.
Can't even pick it up.
Oh. God almighty.
God Almighty, it tasted so good. Listen, yeah, jerk chicken is one of those ones. Yeah, it can either be very dry or it can either be very wet. And then if you got the sauce to go with it, man, you're on a roll, okay? If the person who's making the jerk chicken is up to spar, it will be quite smoky. It can be when you put it with the rice and peas, the salad and everything else with it, that's a whole combination. That's that combo. That's something else. You get some curry goat with that. Oh my days. Curry goat, rice and peas, and coleslaw. Oh my days. You go to a Jamaican vegan, you are on a roll, right? Jamaican vegan. They will turn jackfruit into jerk. Honestly. It's like heaven on earth. Okay. So what are you saying it wrong?
That flavor is deep, like super deep. It's very rich. There's a super deep spiciness. Salted perfectly. Falling off the bone. 8.2. This is a great jerk chicken. That was some rice. Oh my god. Yeah, that hour drive was worth it. So the oxtail, bro, steaming. This is cooking seal. Like literally still cooking. Bro, you can put noodles in here.
That could be stewed oxtail, curry oxtail. He got a variety right there in front of him. He spent a good lot of money, and he's enjoying his money. Okay, right? Even though like he talks about it in pounds and dollars, and it's just like, yeah, I like how he equivalents it to the pounds and the dollars and all that stuff. And the fact that he's digging into this, right? Because he this is a man who loves his food. I mean, it doesn't even look like he doesn't even look big on it or nothing. You could tell he loves his food the way he's digging into the food. You know, like they would say, a way to a man's heart is through his belly. This man, his woman must have had to cook to get him. You know what I'm saying? Like she got to be a cook. She got, you know what I mean? So let's hear what he says about the oxtail.
Here and they'll come out al dente in 2 minutes. I'm telling you. It's oxtail, rich in flavor and marination and seasonings that on here. Not as tender as I would like it to be. Still that super deep, rich flavor. It's very spicy too. You see my nose starting to. My nose been red since we've been here. My nose starting to red. The rice.
That's the pepper kicking in. That's the pepper kicking in. That's why your nose will run. Like, you know what I mean? That's the best way when you know the food good. You know when your nose is running. That's like when you eat a good curry and your nose is running. That's when you know it's a good curry. Right? So yeah. You know, I I love it. I love it. Anyway, I love how he describes the food. I know he puts it. He's making me even wanna like part of me go and get something to eat too. You know what I mean? So that's nice. It's nice. It's like what you know. I mean, he's not a mukbanger. You can tell he's a food critic. Okay, so choice is wrong. He is a food critic because he's talking about texture. He's talk about how it looks. He's talking about how it feels in his mouth, how well it's cooked, the colors, because people eat with their eyes, you know what I'm saying? So he is describing to you what he's seeing. But I might just to put the breakfast one on here too, okay? So let him just carry on talking.
I feel like this is a classic Jamaican. I feel like from my experience, this is very as far as flavors. I'd be very surprised if it's not sense. In my opinion, oxtail plate is an 8 out of 10. Overall, it's completely hits the Jamaican spot craving that I had. When we went there, it was completely empty. Why? I had always after this. I pray and hope that you reach your target audience. God bless you. Have a nice day. That place ain't got no business being empty at all.
Not empty.
around the corner out the door. Me and my friend came to town, London, England, and we went to a restaurant that was recommended a whole bunch of times. In his bag is a Caribbean style Sunday roast. I got it. Let's try it and rate it 1 to 10. We spent £25 or $32.24. The customer service, while it was good, people were foodies out here. And they do not be playing. All these places that we went to so far, boom, man. You gotta have a reservation for everything. I don't think they close till like 9 o'clock. You got there like 3, fully booked, to the point where they're not even taking reservations. It's like the third spot that we've had to happen at. Y'all don't play about y'all food. I don't either, so I'm excited. I'm gonna show you everything I got, and we're gonna try it and rate it 1 to 10. These are all the sides, which are plantains, cabbage, potatoes, and carrots. This is Sunday roast, is beef. It also comes with a side bread. Like I said, we want to eat it.
The Sunday roast, for the Americans who don't understand the Sunday roast could be roast lamb, Yorkshire pudding, which is like something like it's like battered. It's like a battered mixture, and you put it into a baking, like a cupcake kind of tray thing. And it comes out very rustic. So when it comes out rustic, it comes out full and it comes out fluffy. And you also have the carrots on the side, peas on the side. Now with that, right, with the roast, some people will have beers with it, or lager or whatever. A salad will accompany this as well. Now you get a side of gravy. Now the gravy you pour into the Yorkshire puddings and the lamb or whatever meat that you desire that is roasted, and then you eat it together. So this is called a roast dinner, right? In the English, it's an English dinner basically. Okay. Now they can do there could be on season ones. Yes, they can be on season one. But there's West Indians, when they do their ones, the seasoning will be put into the meats and put into certain things, and if you're from a mixed background, well, right? That's just a cauldron of other things created. So let's hear what he says about the roast dinner.
Sit down, but they wasn't option. Sunday is very popular here. This is a Caribbean style take of Sunday roast. This is the beef. I'm gonna try to get like a bite of everything. Plantain. Damn. Cabbage. Potato.
Oh yeah, I forgot the roast potatoes. Roast potatoes is also a factor of a good roast dinner, okay? Because I used to make roast dinners. I don't do roast dinners no more on a Sunday. I'll more quicker make a rice and peas than a roast dinner. I wouldn't make a Yorkshire pudding. I wouldn't do all that. I don't eat blood sausages. I've never eaten blood sausages, which is like sausage. Hi, Sir Joe. Which is like a sausage that is stuffed. It's supposed to be a pig's intestine, and they may call it so-called blood sausage. Some people eat it, some people don't. I don't eat that, okay, because it's got pork in it. But roast dinner can turn into, it could be many things really. But in the basic of an English roast dinner is basically what I just explained, which is a roasted lamb shank, roast chicken. It's like a breaded version on the side of. I can't describe it, but I will have to put a picture of it if I have to go there. Of a Yorkshire pudding, which is what he had in his hand, and then the potatoes to accompany it, and then you have the green peas, or you can have broccoli, or you can have like sweet corn on the side. Well, accompany that when you're drinking that, right? You have a beer, a lager, right? So when you come over here, right, it all depends on where you go, okay? Right? If ever anybody who gets a chance to come over to London, England, you have a variety of choices of drinks, okay? They love their drinks over here, okay? Lager, cider. If you go up further up the country, you get cider, which they make themselves. You can get a cider over here, You can get a lager. Will I say lager already? A beer. Right. They also have something called They have varieties of English desserts. It all depends. Yes, they have weird names. I'm not going to go down through the names. The names is weird, some of them. And then you eat that. So when you go, like the places is called pubs over here. When you go to the pubs or taverns, this is what you will get. Okay, and it's not necessarily going to be seasoned. All right. So when Keith Lee said what he said, I am not surprised what he said about the breakfast. Okay, it doesn't surprise me because it all depends on which place you go and all that stuff. And I would advise anybody coming over, do not eat in the hotel unless it is one of those hotels where like where they have recommended stars saying that how they are the best breakfast or whatever. You're staying at a travel lodge, right? You could come out of the travel lodge, look around the local area. I assure you, you will find a cafe, and then you go in there and you can have varieties of English breakfast. You have to make sure it's a clean one. Don't go to any old one. Ask a local; they will tell you, okay, you go down here, you go down here, and then you'll find one. Because if they don't eat it, you shouldn't eat it. That's how I see it, like that.
Here. This tastes like I'm at somebody's auntie house. Like, this is the most home-cooked meal I've had in a long time. Everything is extremely seasoned. It's spicy. Like I said, it's very stewed and, like, home-cooked. It's super flavorful. You know, they say they don't season food out here, but just from the rooter to the tutor. This plantain is perfectly cooked, and it is sweet, too. This beef is
So Keith went to a West Indian place and he got a Sunday roast from there. As you see, it's got a plantain as well. So you fried plantain, they stewed it all down. So that's a very good roast dinner.
super tender. It's fatty.
What'd you add?
I'll be back. Okay, this is the bread. We filled it to the ends. So, carrots, potatoes, the beef, a little gravy.
Now that in his hand is Yorkshire pudding, okay? That's what I was talking about earlier. That what he's eating, what he calls the bread. That's the Yorkshire pudding. It could be very rustic. It's never cooked. It's always cooked in that kind of form. Okay, so it how can I put it? It can be. It's like when you go to an English place, they will pour their gravy into that Yorkshire pudding alongside with the other food, and yeah. But he must have went to a West Indian place or a place that where they season food, so that's why he's saying it's well seasoned.
I don't know if this is how I did, but this is how I did it. Good God Almighty. So show you right on. That's amazing. Still a 9 out of 10 for me.
I was tender.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting that. I was like that, so.
See, even she liked it. You know, she thought it was gonna be hard, some hard meat like sole. No, they cooked that. They stewed it down. They braised it. That's why it's so soft and so basically just like as you chew it, it crumbles in your mouth.
It's pretty good. I'm giving it 8.
Mm-hmm.
I say that. I wouldn't give it higher just because I would add like a little salt, like kosher salt, almost like the thicker salt to give it a little texture.
Like a flaky salt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
everything tastes for home cooked too.
yeah, you can tell it's fresh.
Mm-hmm. I can see why they outdoor. as always, after this, I pray and hope that they continue to reach their target audience. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
That wasn't bad.
Bro, I'm about to sit and eat the whole thing.
Me and my family are clapping so multiple times so that we came here and didn't eat Guyanese or Trinidadian food. We didn't experience it. So we're currently at Tower Roti, and I got 4 of the most popular dishes. I got it. Let's try it. 13 pounds or 6.
This one here is the one I uploaded. This one have his eyes rolling in the back of his head. Basically, he bought roti, doubles, pylori. I forgot what else he bought. And he liked it so much. So I know if he came back again, he'll be going to this place again. And it was run by men as well. But there's another one called Joffa, I think it's called. And they're either in East London, but this one is down Clapham. So he went down there and he really enjoyed this food. And let's watch his. Every time I see his reaction, I have to laugh when I see his reaction, but you're not gonna hear me laugh. But let's watch his reaction all the way through this.
16.37 cents. The customer service, absolutely amazing. All of the food came out before I was even done ordering. No exaggeration. I'm sure I got. We're gonna try it and rate it 1 to 10. Pylori, and last but not least, a bus of roti with curry chicken. It's starting to get packed, so it's getting a little loud. We're gonna start with the doubles. This is seasoned barrel, fried into 2 double flatbreads filled with curry chana, topped with fresh shredded cucumbers, tamarind, and pepper balls. I've had doubles before, but it never looked this fresh. It's hot too. Move my hair back. First time going to go. Immediately, yes. Immediately, yes. I got the sauce medium, and it was fresh, spicy, it's nutty. Cucumber gives my flavor all through this thing. This is fire. Yeah, them chickens are full with curry flavor. This is curry chicken, butter roti, just the roti. Take and curry chicken.
And you know how I know he's enjoying it? You see his 2 eyes, right? Right. He's got he got crooked eyes, isn't it? So when he enjoys something, his 2 eyes just go right to the middle of his head, and that's how I know he enjoys the food, because his eye rolls all over the blinking place, like it doesn't to be center. It does be like to the middle of his face, the side of his face, and his cheeks is full out. And that's how I know, okay, he's enjoying the food, right? So me being a half a Trinidadian can appreciate someone like this, because that means that how, right, if I took them somewhere and the food was good, he will give me a straight up opinion on the food. He ain't gonna lie about it. He's gonna say, look, well, I didn't like that, right? And you can tell by his expressions that he liked the food. He's one of those ones, like, you know, when the chef is cooking and they wait for the critic to tell them about the food, right? And they wait to see the chef, they wait to see the critic's expression. He's one of those. I don't know why he just don't become a food critic, a straight food critic, and just done the show, because he gives an honest opinion. He's like Mark Queens and Mark Chan and all of them. He really comes under those prospects now, right? He's not a mukbanger, right, at this point. He is a food critic. And if you notice, I don't know whether people notice, especially in the UK, as soon as he gave his opinion on the food, people started going to these places. They went to Sir Spud, I can't remember, the one with the potatoes. They went there. They went to a Lebanese place. They went to some next place. After all the places that he'd been, they went there and they filmed themselves eating there. So he really is what he is, right? You know what I mean? I mean, he was in France the other day. I think he went back to America, I think, the other day. But the one I really want to get to is the breakfast debacle, right? The breakfast debacle. Because I feel people took it way too seriously, right? He took it way too seriously. Obviously, not our palates are all the same, whether you come from America or the UK. right? We are very critical over here too. Don't get it twisted, right? Especially if you of the West Indian or the ethnicity descent, right? We don't take them things. Food don't taste good. Food don't taste good. If you feel a certain way, your belly turn up. Well, you're done. We done say right. No, no, you ain't seeing me up at that restaurant again. And this is what I like about Keith Lee, even though he has had a few debacles in the past, but um judging by what he did over here, I can see why he is very well looked up to, I could say, and they do listen to his recommendations. Some people disagree with his recommendation, but I think it's all on taste, based on taste and what you like and all whatever. Okay. So I'm not gonna say okay, but because I know the rotis does be good and stuff like that, I know certain foods hit differently. So you know what I mean? So I ain't mad at him for certain stuff, you know?
It's hot. This, this rock came over London though. Absolutely amazing. It's rich and deep in flavor. Again, the cucumbers are super fresh. You can tell they make this bread right now. Just make this incredible. It's the highest I've been so far. 9 out of 10. So show you right on. Ooh, that's what this is seasoned and spicy split pea dough balls, deep fried and served with a homemade tamarind and pepper sauce. The pepper sauce is at the bottom of this thing. Like it did. Puppy like a donut ball, but it's not sweet. It's savory. It's like all the biscuit dough, but it's sour, spicy. This is super fresh. I don't taste it. It's all 8.5 out of 10. It's very simple, but it's amazing. Overall, it's a place I'll be back to, and I can't believe it's not out the door. I'm all around the corner. This place is amazing. I'm happy I came. God bless you. Have an amazing day. I'll be safe. I ain't smiled as hard since I've been here.
Okay, so what I want to get to is the breakfast debacle. The breakfast debacle. That was something else, wasn't it? That was something debacle. I'm gonna see if I can find it without the other people's input on it. I think it's this one. Okay, that's nice. Oh, where is it? Well, I can't find it. Oopsie daisy. Oh, the mic's Okay, so there was a problem with the what you call it, the breakfast. Now in front of him there's beans, sausages, toast or hash brown and blood sausage. Now he said when he ate the toast it was very dry and he had the all salted. What time is it? It's 12:01. He said it was very dry and that how he the toast was very dry and when he bit into it it was very dry. Now if the toast is really warm you can add a bit of butter, some jams and all that. So to me I feel that they shouldn't have been such a. Can you turn it down, baby girl? I feel like they should not have been such a big uproar about it, because not a lot of certain like me. I can make my own breakfast. I know when you're over in another place, you want to try the breakfast, and like I said, he should have come out of the hotel and tried other breakfasts, tried other places because when you go to a hotel, you're not guaranteed a good breakfast. Now, it all depends on which part of London he stayed at. He could have come out of that hotel and probably got a great breakfast. Now, another man, went and had breakfast in the same place. I don't know whether it was good, bad, because I think I did watch it. I can't remember whether I watched it or not watched it. I was like, everybody has their taste, and the English people probably was not happy that he said what he said about their breakfasts, right? But if you come to the hotel that oh, hold on. Let me switch the screen. The actual when he was actually doing the tasting of the food, right? And he's all right to his opinion on the food, all right? I'm not gonna say he should have not have said rah rah rah. No, he has his own opinion of the food, and I'm not gonna take it away from him. Okay, I'm not gonna take it away from him. Every right, what somebody might like, I might not like. Okay, so if he said what he said about the food, oh no, the battery's died now. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me put the that's gonna go crazy. Right, if he said what he said, did I just say Americans, anybody who's been to the UK, do a research of what is good food places to eat at, good breakfasts. You don't have to sit in the hotel. You don't have to sit in the hotel and eat from the hotel where you came to stay at, right? Right, because Celie's, her name is Mukbang, who does reactions on certain YouTubers. When she came, she had a self-service that was where they had a buffet of food and they went and they chose their food and their food looked really nice. And that's when she came down for can't have them options. You don't have to sit in your hotel and eat this kind of poor quality food. Okay, so let's hear what he said about the breakfast. Why everybody's got so uproar and this Americans against the British. It's ridiculous at this point. Okay, right? It's ridiculous, right? It shouldn't even be. Are you making? Oh, good girl. Right? It shouldn't be about that. It's like, what I mean, right? He obviously is critical. And when you go to a hotel, do you get good breakfasts? No, you don't. You don't get good breakfasts. Right? It never works out nice. I've saw growing up Hilton Hotel in.
Why are you floating up?
Is he throwing up?
Oh, no.
Oh.
I'm falling up.
Oh, you're growing up. Okay, that's good.
That's
Right.
why.
That's great. Right. He I stayed in many hotels in different parts of the world as well as England, London. And yeah, some breakfasts don't be all that nice. So I'm not gonna be mad at this man for his opinion, okay? Because wherever he stayed, it probably wasn't that good. What he don't like, You might for your palate, he might not like for his palate, okay? Right? And I'm not just saying it because I like what he said about West Indian food and all that. I'm just saying in general, because like, you know, that's how it is, isn't it? So on the surfaces of things, that's how it goes. So I'm gonna play what he says, and you can say what you see in the chat, you know, and then I will just tell you what I think. Okay, my opinion on the whole debacle of the breakfast.
Beans. I'm gonna put the beans on the toast. Beans on toast. The bread is definitely stale. The tomatoes kind of taste like they were based in ketchup, and a very like sweet ketchup too. It's very mushy. In my opinion, there's no flavor other than like I said, a sweet ketchup, no salt, no seasoning. In my opinion, this is extremely low. 1 out of 10.
People from the UK, you had one chance to step up and prove that your food was an absolute trash, and y'all let Keith Lee go to London and eat their fizzy wickets. My mother's brickle-brack of fizzy.
Anything but just pork. I'm not a huge fan.
Mix gives you the power of AI.
Or blood sausage. According to Google, this typically contains blood, fat, cereal, and seasonings. I'm gonna go completely non-biased, and I know this is to McDonald's hash brown, even though it's a lot greasier and a lot less salty. 4 out of 10. It is very crispy and there's a lot of potato on the inside, but it's very greasy. Bacon. It's very thick cut, hickory smoked, woody rate bacon. 7 out of 10. It's bacon. Now just those 3 items I can eat, and it don't feel like I'm not at home. But this will start getting different. I'm not gonna eat the beans just by themselves because it's just beans. I'm gonna put the beans on the toast. Beans on toast.
Now, this dry piece of toast, what most in malt, I would not eat that I wouldn't eat that from the looks of it. I already done know it's gonna be dry already, okay? From the looks of it already. Right, the beans is probably out of a tin. The hash brown is probably from a frozen space or whatever. Because you know, some hotels they get it all bagged up. If you watch a lot of Gordon Ramsay when he goes and fixes up these places, you know the tricks and the trade of the don't do that, Baba. You know the tricks of the trade of the
Mommy, this is strawberry.
yeah, I'm going for the strawberry. I'm nearly finished. I ain't gonna be long. Okay. Right.
I'm just gonna do the water.
No, I'll get the water for you.
Oh yeah, I do the strawberries because I seen you do that.
Okay.
I seen you do like nice stuff, like.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's Bubba. Go on then. No saying hello. Go on. No. Now she wants to talk. Go on. Go get your strawberries. Right. So basically, just from the bread alone, I know that is dry. The beans is a tin beans. Okay. They didn't make that there. Right. Because remember, in hotels they get food come into them. And all they do basically is just warm it up, stick it into or whatever, and warm it up. So of course the bread is going to be dry, hard, solid, because by the time they cooked it and brought it up to the room, the bread's already turned hard. Right? It's not fresh bread. You're better off going to a cafe, a tavern, one of those all-day places where they serve breakfasts or whatever. Like I said, there's a whole one that's down Brixton at this present moment. They sell breakfasts all day. So this could have been a whole different experience for him, right? So what they gave him wasn't sufficeable, I will say, showing the British food levels to what they can do, because they do have a lot of breakfasts. They have the fry up, They have the British breakfast. They have the continental breakfast. They have I can't remember all of them, but that's how it goes, yeah, right? So basically, this is what Keith Lee, what he should have done is he should have researched a breakfast place around near the hotel, right? And he should have went out and got a breakfast from outside instead of eating in-house, because you're not guaranteed to get a very good breakfast in a hotel. And it might be one of those ones where it could be a bed and breakfast, it could be a travel lodge, it could be I can't remember all the different hotels, but it could be a variety of hotels. It all depends on the hotel where you stay. If you go to the best hotel, you get the best breakfasts. You go to a low one, you get the lowest type of breakfast. And I feel this is what's happened. So I'm not defending what people say against what they said and how they felt about this whole thing. I'm just saying personally, I would have advised him to go and come out of the hotel and go and you can get better breakfasts. You go research, you look up recommended ones, how many stars they got, hygiene, all that stuff, before you even think about eating something from a place. You know what I mean? I would not eat from the hotel. Personally, I would come out if I was traveling.
The bread is definitely stale. The tomatoes kind of taste like they were based in ketchup, and a very sweet ketchup too. It's very mushy. And there's no flavor. Like I said, a sweet ketchup, no salt, no seasoning. In my opinion, this is extremely low. 1 out of 10. A mushroom, and as a mushroom lover, I'm not really sure this is what it's supposed to look like, or I'm just not familiar with type of mushroom this is. I normally would just bite a mushroom by itself, so just see.
That is a portobello mushroom, sir. That's a portobello mushroom. So basically, they stew that mushroom, they fried it. They put the egg or whatever, and they put it on the pan with the egg, and they fried the mushroom down. That's why it looks like that. They didn't slice it. They just cut the bottom of the top, skinned it, and then put it onto the plate. That's basically what you got. Basically, they didn't season it. They didn't do nothing. They didn't season the mushroom, because if I do mushrooms, I have to season it, put a bit of pepper, a bit of salt, because there's quite a few mushrooms. There's lion's mane mushroom, there's portobello mushroom, I forgot the other mushrooms. There's a lot of mushrooms, but basically the basic English breakfast really deals with the portobello mushrooms. You slice it and you add it to the breakfast. You fried the egg, as you know, you do it sunny side up, because it's scrambled egg. As for the hash browns, right, if you make it fresh yourself, good. If you don't, well, it's not going to have much flavor to it. Though you can flavor that thing, you can put on sauce onto it, and that thing will taste nice. So, you know what I mean? That hotel definitely don't have a lot of ideas or certain stuff. But, because my daughter's here, I'm going to finish this and then I'm going to come off, okay? Because, normally when I do my lives, my younger one's not here.
Give a fair shake. I'm gonna eat it with some combinations of other things. Some eggs, a little bite of hash brown, a little bacon. Just to be fair, this is what I would do at home. Not mushroom.
So why didn't you just order stuff that you would normally eat from, you would eat at home? Breakfast wise, that is, because you don't have to have the toast on there. I mean, the toast can be there, but you just don't eat it. Straight up. That's it. I'm done. Really. You just eat the rest of it like me, because I know that how I hate bread I don't eat bread, right? The only way I eat bread, it's got to be toasted, it's got to have something on it, it's got to have butter on it, it's got to have something nice on it. Otherwise, I'm not going to enjoy that bread. If I enjoy it, it's got to be a flat bread. It's got to be some kind of bread that is not bread, but if I do eat bread, I have to really do something to it to make me enjoy it. Otherwise, I'm not going to enjoy the bread. So you should have just got stuff. Should have just either eaten what you would normally eat at home, or and push the toast one side and just do that. I mean, that's, you know, there's no reason for all the debacle. But anyways, let's hear the rest of this.
It's just a mushroom. It don't feel like they did anything to it. It's just a mushroom. I'm not gonna rate it. Sausage. It tastes like a pork sausage. It don't really taste like anything but pork.
Gordon Ramsay to come in there and go shake up their flipping space. That's what they need. A Gordon Ramsay. Remember when Gordon Ramsay used to go to kitchens, and then he used to sort out the kitchen for 24 hours, right? Like he'll go in there disguised, and he'll go and he'll test the food, and he'll shake it up. That's what they need. That's what they need in that place where you at, right? Because if you didn't get a very good grade of food, right, and you're paying money to stay in that place with an added breakfast, you should get what you paid for, and nothing more, nothing less. If they haven't got stars according to their breakfasts, you do not stay inside. If the breakfasts ain't been recommended, okay. If the breakfasts ain't being recommended, if the stars ain't 5-star breakfast on in the hotel, travel lodge, wherever you at, right? You don't stay in there and eat. You get up, you go find a good place in the area where you at, and you go and you get a good breakfast. Okay, don't follow what Keith Lee did and go and eat the breakfast in the hotel, because look, he's disappointed. Look at his face. He's disappointed. He did not enjoy that breakfast one bit, right? It was a tasteless breakfast, right? And I'm actually with him on that. I'm not even going up front, right? There is places where you get tasteless breakfast. If you go to a Wetherspoons, you're going to get a tasteless breakfast. You're not going to get the best breakfast. You're going to get an average breakfast. If you go to a recommended place that serves the best, if you go to central London, other places, you will find that there will be some good breakfasts there. If you go to places, like I said, if you go to a hotel, bed and breakfast, and that's added to the price where you are staying. And if they're not giving you the best breakfast, you best go and tell them, I did not enjoy that breakfast. You have to let them know so they can improve their breakfasts. If they don't improve their breakfasts after you left and it still looks the same, when you come back, you do not go back to that place. That's what I will tell you, Keith Lee. Right? I'm sorry you got disappointed, because it probably could have been a better experience.
To me, I was expecting like sage or some kind of herb, because there are like speckles of herbs in here. But to me, I don't really taste anything but just pork, and I'm not a huge fan. 4 out of 10. Last but not least, the black pudding or blood sausage. According to Google, this typically contains blood, fat, cereal, and seasonings. I'm gonna go completely non-biased, and I know this is something different. This is something new. I'm gonna just try it open-minded.
Blood sausage, not only does it look disgusting, I assure you, it tastes disgusting. Okay, because it is blood that is curded up or whatever, and it just looks disgusting. Personally, I won't recommend anybody eat a blood sausage. Some West Indians do eat blood sausages. Guyanese and Trinidadians, I think they have a speciality in it. I personally, me and my grandmother per se, never indulged in that. Okay, we never indulged in that. So I will guarantee you, I will not eat that at all. It just looks nasty. It sounds disgusting. No. Okay. So I wouldn't even be open-minded and taste it at all. I would say he's doing better than I would do. I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even entertain the thought. Okay. Plus I probably would have got a different type of breakfast, I probably would have got a vegetarian breakfast. You know, even though I'm not like full like that, and I eat meat, I would have got a vegetarian breakfast. Sometimes that's the safest bet than these types of breakfasts. Okay, yeah, but basically, that's what I said. I feel that's what you should do before coming to London. Do your research, find the best places, check on the online. You know, if you're around certain social medias, find out what the people's eating, what they're recommending, go there. That's why I'll put it like that. Okay. And he did went to Flygerian and he went other places and he liked their food and you know, I feel that the breakfast must have put a bad taste in his mouth. You know, I mean, I can't apologize for them people. Them people have to apologize to you, okay? But yeah. But basically, just you know, go. Just do what I just said, okay? I'm gonna end up repeating myself. Never stay in the hotel. Don't eat the hotel food unless it's recommended. Mr. Gordon Ramsay needs to come and shake up this particular. Thank you. This particular.
That was very juicy.
That's okay. They can't see you. Go sit down. She's trying it. Yeah. They just do that. Okay. Any Americans that fly to London, come to London City, any parts of England per se, do your research. Okay. That's what I will say personally. I will show some of the reactions to what he said and how people took it and all that stuff. Or I'll post it up, actually. I'll post it up. I'm not going to add another because somebody's probably already added the reactions of the people. The people have spoken. And yeah, I'm with you, Keith. I wouldn't eat it neither, okay? I wouldn't eat it. I wouldn't touch it with a 12-inch barge pole. The toast, I wouldn't even eat. The beans look disgusting. The eggs, I don't know. The hash brown looks dry. I don't know. I won't eat the sausage anyway because probably would not had that. The mushroom needs to be seasoned a little bit. Need some tomato sauce on there. Need something going on there, some kind of sauce, and then you're good to go. I mean, like this. I mean, like you can have a decent tea. Don't have to be Earl Grey. I know everybody American associates England with Earl Grey. There's other teas there. You know, orange juices, continental breakfast. Do that. Can't go wrong with a continental breakfast. Okay?
Immediately tastes like blood. It tastes like iron. I've had liver and things that taste like iron, so it wasn't the iron taste that kind of threw me off. The chunks of other things is extremely unsettling for me. I fully understand that's a thing that people enjoy and it's an acquired taste, or it could be an acquired taste. I haven't acquired that taste by any means. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like this is kind of the equivalent to chitlins. Like how some people in some cultures really enjoy chitlins, and you can go to somebody's house in the South and they're gonna tear some chitlins up. But not everybody in America eat chitlins. I feel like this could be that. I feel like not everybody in England might eat that, but the people who do eat it really enjoy it. But for me, it's a 0 out of 10. I'm not going to let this be my first impression of English food because, again, it's hotel food. I'm still extremely optimistic of what this food tour holds. I can't wait. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
I knew it was hotel food. When people say losing their rag over that, oh, come on. People's going crazy. This guy just gave his honest opinion on how he feels about the breakfast, and you lot was losing your rag over that. Are you lot all right? Are you okay? Are you okay? Right? I knew it was hotel food. I knew it, right? Because there's no way in hell, right, would the toast look that dry. There is if he went to a cafe, he would have had fresh toast, fresh beans, fresh hash brown. Hi, Medusa. Fresh hash brown. He would have had. What else did he have? The sausages probably would have looked a little more better. Okay. And he would have been able to have a choice of what he wanted, and he probably would have enjoyed it a little more better. Right. Then he would have had not just jams on the alone. He would have had butter. He would have had sauces to put onto the breakfasts. So at the end of the day, right, people was losing their rag from nothing. Right? The hotel, wherever he stayed, wasn't that great. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he booked it and he just probably thought, okay, let me try the breakfast. The bread was toast, hard as nails. I could tell from when he put his teeth into the something. From the time you're putting the teeth into something and you got to bite down hard on a toast, right? That toast was sitting there for a while. Okay. So that wasn't fresh toast. If he went to a cafe, he could have had a variety of choices of breakfasts. He could have had variety of teas. There's places that does all day breakfasts. If you had gone to a pub, one of them pubs things, them good pubs, wherever he's staying, he would have had the best. Okay, and I know there is an issue about the jacket potato things, the Spud, whatever it's called, Spud Brothers. I don't know. I've never been to them. I don't know. A jacket potato is a jacket potato. Yes, there is a market for it. There is people who's actually making it in places. He did go Borough Market. So I might do a reaction to him. Pardon me, going Borough Market. And then you'll see that like he's very open to food. Okay. If the food tastes good, this man's eyes turn left and right, upside down, right, upside his head, downside his right. He enjoys his food. He doesn't maybe he puts on weight afterwards or whatever, but I've never really seen him with weight on him. He's very critical of the food. He's critical. So it's like, if he's critical of the food, he's going to give you his honest opinion of the food. He's not going to cut ice and say, oh, it's good when it's not good. Right? And like I said, because he went to certain places now, these places are getting seen and now they are getting business crazy, right? Like crazy. So at the end of the day, I'm not mad at the guy for his opinion on this breakfast here. Okay. I know there was a few people I should give their point of views. Hold on, let me see if I can find the point of views again of what was said, how they was running him down. Because I honestly feel you lot made a mountain out of a molehill right now. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. Where people was making a mountain out of a molehill, literally. I'm just like, are you guys okay? Right? He didn't enjoy the food. He didn't check the place where he went, where he is. He didn't check their ratings. And that's what I feel. That's what I feel happened with this breakfast here. Right? So I don't know. People are very in whatever. I'm trying to find the one with Gole Phillips, isn't it? Because he even made a good point. I was like, yeah, like there's no need to get all. Oh, here it is. Right now, those the Brits, the black Brits that said something, right? But really, it should have been people the ones who live here should have just said whatever. But I know some of them wasn't happy with what he said. Okay, some of them wasn't happy to his opinion. Oh, it's going off again. Oh, sorry, it keeps going off. Right, what might suit for one person might not suit for you, might not suit for me. Oh, it's taking long to load. Hold on. Oh, no, it's not loading. Okay, let me see if it's going to work. I've got to go see after my little one, you see? Okay, this is it. Whoops, I'm making it play. Oh, okay. All right, let me make it. Let me start it. And you'll hear their opinions on it. I just feel they took it way out of proportion. Took it too personal. Jeez. Where's the sound?
It's actually ongoing. But I think what's really kind of frustrating about this whole thing is that Keith Lee is going to be a lot of Americans' insight into British food. A lot of Americans will live vicariously through him, because a lot of them will never actually come here and try British food or try a lot of the ethnic foods that exist in the UK due to immigration.
But how do you know that though? You don't know that. Just because he does, it doesn't mean that every American thinks how he thinks. This is, you know what? This is what ticks me off about certain things, right? You don't even know, right? Some Americans travel out. You cannot base your facts on one person because he said what he said or whatever, right? You need to engage with other people, right? This is what I hate with the UK versus America foolishness, right? If I go America, I might not like all their food, but I might like some of their food, right? It's the same with Keith Lee. He might like some food and he might hate some food, okay? He's not gonna agree with everything that we tell him or places that we recommend to him. Okay, he might go to a place that we might like, and he might say, you know what, it don't taste that good, right? It doesn't mean to say that we think any less of that place. No, it just means that how his taste is different to our taste. Okay, bear in mind, not everybody's palate is the same. Not everybody is open to different foods. And sometimes when people come over to places, i.e. UK, right, they think of Earl Grey, muffins and toast and all that. They don't necessarily look at the broader side of the England, because even if they go to Buckingham Palace, right, they might just go to eat a British breakfast, right? They might not travel to the other parts of London where they can see other parts, where they can experience other foods. So you cannot, because he disagree with the food or certain things, but he looked like he enjoyed some of the foods that was recommended. So I don't see what is the problem. You know what I mean? Or maybe I'm just biased. I don't know. You could tell me if I'm wrong. Am I biased? I'm not biased at all on this one, because I know there is good and bad food over here. Okay, there's good and bad places over here. You're right. You know what I mean? You're not gonna necessarily, like, Flygerian is a recommended place, right? There's certain place, Inish, there's Port Brixton, there's what you call it, Shepherd's Bush, have a variety of foods there. Like, not every place is the same, not every area is the same. And if the people do their research before they come here as tourists, they will know where to go. And like I said, it's not for you to say all this, you know what I mean? But listen, let's listen to what she says. I might not jump in. I'm going to listen too, because I might be speaking too much. Okay, I might be verbalizing my thoughts and my opinion. And like I said, people are not very open to certain stuff. So let's hear what she says, okay?
Right? So they will just take Keith Lee's opinion on the food and think, yes, all of the stereotypes that I've heard about British food from this American have been reinforced by another American. But what I think everyone else in the world needs to understand is, my personal opinion, Americans on the whole aren't people who like food. They like the idea of food. They like the concept of food.
That's where you're wrong. You're very wrong. Beloved Life likes food, right? Her family likes food. They did mukbangs. They were eating all over the place. They were eating Mexican food. They were eating American food. And you're wrong. You cannot go by one man person coming here by saying, oh, because of him, other Americans are not going to eat like the food, right? Some Americans will experiment with their palates. They are not scared to experiment. Most of what is reflected over here is reflected over there. So you cannot say this. And pardon me, I just think when somebody says this is really ignorant, right? The only reason why I check certain social media sometimes is to see what people like to, what is recommended sometimes, right? Right? You could be in the area and then you don't know about certain places. There's a girl called Renee and Hungry Bellies, and they go to different parts of London and they eat from different places. They are sent to recommended places to go and eat in certain places, and she herself goes and she explores. No, she's not American, but that's how you find out about different foods and different places. And I'm sure it's the same in America. I used to watch Brandon, forgot his name, on YouTube, and he goes everywhere. He was either going to places that wasn't even recommended on Yelp and all sorts of things. He was going to hidden places that had low stars and everything. So that means that you don't understand the process of certain foods. It's not everybody likes a Chipotle. Some people rather go to the people and go eat the food itself, the Mexican food itself. Some people will not go to a commercial Nigerian place. They'll rather go to the Nigerian shop, restaurant, and eat from them. So what you're saying is really, you're putting everybody in one box, and not everybody stays so. You can't do that. I don't put most of my subscribers are from America. I don't put all of them in one box. When I talk and they say something, and most of the time, right, we come to a middle ground because they have foods that reflects what different people that lives in their country. So you cannot say that, right? Keith Lee, the reason why people listen to Keith Lee, because they know he's a very good food critic, and they know that when he gives a certain when he gives that recommendation, they will go to there. But it doesn't mean to say that right. If you explain them well, whatever, so they know when they come to the country now, they will not eat from the hotel. You don't eat from the hotel unless it's got good stars rating, unless the food is high quality, unless it's freshly made on the spot in the hotel. You do not go and you eat the food, or if it's not recommended in the hotel, you go outside of the hotel. That's just common sense. So what this lady say is not my opinion, okay? For my American people who subscribe to me, because I don't believe in this division foolishness. Because it's food, everybody's divided by the food or by this or by that. No, it ain't got nothing to do with it. I know I used to know American over here, and he used to go and he used to buy food from different parts of and whatever. So what are you trying to say? I'm gonna shut up. Sorry, I'm gonna shut up. Anyway, leave a comment. I'm going to let this play because, the time is running and I have my young one here and I'm going to tend to her straight after this. So, you know what I mean? So, I'm going to let it run.
Like the fullness that food gives them, but they don't actually like food through no fault of their own, mainly just due to the government's lack of funding in any sort of high quality and quality assurance of food. The fact that they let any random preservative and number and any dega pesticide, herbicide, everything in their food, pumping it full of who knows what. I'm not saying the UK.
That's just a slang. Don't even worry about that. Like they mean any old boot, like any old rubbish. That's their slang. This is these youngsters' slang. Okay, Medusa. This is the youngsters' slang. That's what they use. Dega ting, dega rubbish, meaning rubbish. That's what it means.
Doesn't have a problem, but Americans so lax with their laws, right? So it's no fault of the American people, but I think because for decades and decades and decades and decades, they haven't had just baseline, fresh, organic, like good quality food. They've had to oversalt, overseason, overpreserve everything to the degree that they can't actually taste the base ingredient anymore. Because how did Keith Lee have a pork sausage in his fry-up and say this tastes like pork? As opposed to, he had mushrooms and bubbling squeak and he said this tastes like the ingredients. As opposed to...
I'm going to put my 2 cents into Keith Lee reviewing the UK food because I've enjoyed it. I found it funny, but Americans, we need to let you guys know that you are not qualified to judge UK food or European food or food from the rest of the world. Right. And it might be like, why am I saying that? It's because you guys have never had proper food in your life. You guys are lab rats for the rest of the world. You guys are experiments.
I find this. I guess I'm gonna have to take out the silent bit out. But anyways, that's just rude, right? We probably get bad food over here too, all right? So when you're social media makes people go the Lulu, right? Right? You shouldn't even say that, okay? Because like Gordon Ramsay for years used to go over and he used to go to America and he used to be their food critic. So why are you saying what you're saying? That's just pure ignorance going on. At this point, if I get through this video without turning it off, which most probably might happen because these opinions are not of everybody's opinions, okay? Let's just get that right, okay? First, front and forward. Because by you saying that, you are causing a division where there should be none, because we also get like food that is not good over here for us too, right? And it all depends on how good we are at finding good food, going to farmers market, all this stuff, right? So this man here doesn't speak for me. Okay, let me just say this in one. That woman nor that man speaks for me. Okay, I have my own opinion on stuff, right? I don't run with what's going on because he said what he said, and I knew that he bought that breakfast was from the hotel straight away. I don't see how you guys didn't work that out, okay? And I know that some hotels reheat certain stuff, and some stuff are not properly made, right? And I knew straight away that was from the hotel, straight away. So I don't see how you lot could not see that that's what it was. But instead, you lot go turn this into some next team, Americans against us, right? That's this pure stupidness at this point. Okay, so if I get through this video, I'll be surprised at this point. But if I get through it, because choice is another one too, you know. Oh, you can hear me, and I ain't got it on. Choice is another one too. Choice is another one too. He's another one saying what he's saying for no reason. I felt what he said should not have been said, because what you're doing is causing division, right? Food, right? We know, right? Right? We can't just grow our fresh food from our back gardens, and if some can do it, they can do it. If some can do it, can do it. Then it's down to your money. Then it's down to this. It's down to that. Don't forget that how over here, right? We have a new government and all sorts of things going on. So don't bother throw your rocks at another man, because like we know, say that how Gordon Ramsay's been to America and he's also given his 2 cents on their food, okay? Rick Stein, I can't remember, quite a few of them, because I used to watch a lot of food programs. You guys just now coming up just yesterday think that you knew everything. You don't know everything, okay? So don't throw stones where there should be no stones thrown, okay? Now let me hear what else these children got to say, because they're children to me. So let's hear what these children are saying.
The food that you have in your country wouldn't be able to touch our lands at all. That's how much poison is in your food. it's banned. We won't eat it. Trump talks about all the tariffs and stuff and that we don't have this, we don't eat your stuff. It's because it tastes like dog shit. It's because it's poison. It's because it's for aliens. It's not for human consumption. And I say this with kindness because it's not your fault that you eat poison. That's your government's fault. But listen.
Well, it's the same thing that goes for over here too. We eat poison over here too. Or do you not know that yourself? Innocent, what's it? Innocent and Naked, right? They have a whole set of additives and stuff inside of those drinks, right? And you are lucky, right, if you can go to a place where they have their own things where they are giving natural foods. Starbucks is no good for you neither, really, unless like you have one of those ones where like the milk is soya or whatever, and even soya is not even good for you, right? So
Mommy, I don't know why I'm doing that, but I was trying to like see, like try to get like a pillow and try to make a pillow bridge, and it didn't work.
no, don't make a pillow bridge.
I can't make a pillow
She wants,
bridge.
see, this is why I'm trying to get off, because my young one wants my attention. He isn't lying about the poison. No, he's not lying about the poisonous food. It's the main fact that how he's tried. There's poisonous food over here too, all right? There's poisonous food over here. Anyways, because I'm gonna put myself on mute and I'm gonna go see what the young one was, and I'm gonna let this play.
When Keith Lee tries a pork sausage and he says it tastes like pork, so it doesn't taste good, what is a pork sausage supposed to taste like? It's a pork sausage. When he has beans on toast and it tastes like beans on toast, it's because it's beans on toast. You don't need to add all this extra shit because sometimes the food speaks for itself. But the problem is, if your food speaks, it will speak an alien language. It wouldn't make no sense because it's poison. You guys have mystery foods. Your chickens don't taste like chicken, and that's why you need to add chicken seasoning to chicken. Your steaks don't taste like steaks. You add steak seasoning to it. It's a steak. It should already taste like a steak. But anyway, I digress. I hope he enjoys our food. He won't. He won't enjoy most food unless it's got loads of salt, loads of just... It will just taste different. I've been to America and I thought your food tastes like dog shit. And that wasn't because necessarily it all tasted bad. It was just weird. Do you know what I mean? Different palates. I'm used to real food. I can have a piece of bacon and it tastes like bacon. It don't need to taste like honey, syrup and all that shit. It can just taste like bacon.
I'm convinced that Americans think that we eat food that's from Oliver Twist and from the Tudor times, because the things I'm seeing in Keith Lee's comments are a mess. Some of the things, I've never even heard of them before, and I'm seeing people say, why are you coming to England? Why are you not eating jelly deals? Who eats that? Especially that you're in London, some of these foods are regional, but I've also learned that there's no trying to educate people that just, they don't care, that they don't want to be educated. So yeah, like if you're coming to England, you need to understand that you are going to eat an array of foods. You need to eat Caribbean food, you need to African food, Lebanese food, Greek food. There's so many different foods. Why? Because a lot of our family members came over here.
Didn't I say that before? I said that, was it last week, couple weeks? I can't remember. I think I said it when the breakfast debacle happened. Because,
Can I have water, please?
yeah, see, hold on. I gotta go get my daughter's water. Hold on a minute. Let me just let this play. Hold on. Let me put myself on mute.
And yes, they came to a British country, but they brought their culture with them. I grew up eating food like I was back home. I would be eating curry goat, rice and peas, curry chicken, oxtail. I grew up eating these
Have that
things.
in America too.
Doubles. I grew up eating food from back home. On a Friday, would I have a little fish and chips? But on a Saturday, I had Saturday soup. Then on a Sunday, I had a roast, but my roast consisted of macaroni, cheese, and plantain. So our families came, they incorporated their cultures here. So you're not just going to get bangers and mash and jacket potato when you come to England, but you are going to get a little bit of everything. If I go to the States, I'm not just going there to eat burgers and chips. America has a bigger Mexican community than we have over here. So I'm going to eat Mexican food. Am I in Mexico? No, but I'm still eating Mexican food. It's not a hard concept to understand, but you can't make people understand what they don't want to understand.
28-day chair yoga challenge for older beauties. This 28-day chair yoga challenge.
So I'm just trying to figure out who gave Keith Lee his itinerary for this UK tour.
Hi, I'm back. I'm not gonna make it through this damn video. I'm sorry, I can't do it. How they're talking is very don't know. But anyway, I did say before that how yes, England is a foodtopia. It is literally a foodtopia. People be eating stuff from when they were young. Yes, they do that. And yeah, that's how England is. Like I said, right, you got to do your research. Don't do that.
I want to do that.
Don't do that. You got to do your research before you come to London. If you know someone from England, you are right when they and anyway, people will show you to places where there is good food, right? Right? If you know people from England here, they will take you around to the places where the good food are. But anyway, let's listen to this young lady because I want to go off my screen. Oh, pardon me, my bad.
Because the suggestions in his comments versus the places that he's actually reviewing, I'm confused. The people are actually telling you where to go and you're going to get black pudding. Yikes. Bubble and squeak. Like, we don't even eat that stuff for real. And then you have the American people in the comments talking about British people can't cook, we don't season our food. Guys, I promise, that is not a representation of how we eat on a normal day.
Right. Keith Lee is trying some of the most diabolical English breakfast I've ever seen. And you guys are egging him on.
I'm not going to make it through this video. It's not happening. But yeah, she what she says is right to a certain extent, okay? I ain't mad at her for what she said, okay? But some of the things what they're saying in this video, I don't think I can run with most of it. I can't get with that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put my own opinion on this. I was gonna actually try and get to Gully Phillips because I think he actually had a good point out of all of these people. Let me see if I could find him. Wow. Hold on, let me find it.
Pie, cottage pie, Cornish pasty, Yorkshire pudding, crumpets, Sunday roast. I am born here, lived here all my life, and I can count on my hand where I can find all that shit in London. He is being bombarded right now to try this place called Spud Bros, a food truck that I have discovered today. And I had one little scroll, and it is literally jacket potato. Potato, cheese, beans, tuna. That's it. Which you can get in literally any cafe, breakfast cafe. And looking at their demographic of customers, they don't look like me. All Americans want to be able to do is run around and say, American food is better than British food. When I thought Keith Lee reviewed small businesses.
And this right here was when he did there's a place called Mac and Cheese, and they do all types of different types of mac and cheese. I just made me some simple bubble and squeak the other day. It hit the spot. Mine did. Yeah. And it's right. And Gully Phillips is right. The jacket potato, right? If that's what Spud Brothers are, you can make that yourself. Falafel is easy to make. All you get is the chickpeas, the flour, the whatever. You can even make, even the other day, I discovered that how they did falafel waffle. I did not even know that, right? So it's like yeah, it's like they market to only certain people as well. So there's all that to take into consideration. And like Gole Phillips said, right, he goes to small businesses as well, and he's the one who recommends the small businesses so that other people can go to the places. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm being so deadly serious. He's actually ruining my spirit. He needs to. Someone, can we get him deported right now? But he needs to be deported now. It's his time to go. Beans, potato, and cheese, and a bit of tuna, and we're gagging. Oh my gosh, please. Keir Starmer, please do something.
I know I am not the only Brit watching Keith Lee in London, nervous about this man's reviews. I'm nervous. Why am I so nervous? This is not a political visit. This is not the World Cup. No big decisions will be made based upon this man being here. Yet I am watching every literally every post, and I'm like, please, London, do not embarrass me. Do not embarrass me. Show Keith Lee what we can do. I can't believe it. And so you see his first post when he had the breakfast in the hotel. I almost dropped down because I know like hotel breakfast can be so hit and miss.
You see, even she said it too. Thank you, my girl. Thank you, my sister. Thank you. Right? It's a hit and miss. It's a hit and miss. That's why we have to say to the Americans and whoever's coming, we say, do your research. Do your research. Then you go to the place or the trucks or wherever you want to go, or the restaurants or whatever, right? Don't just come over here and just go to random places. You go, you check their stars, you check how, like, you see the type of food they're doing, and then you go from there. Don't just say, yeah. Breakfast, yes, it's a total hit or miss. And I think that hotel, and she said it, that hotel missed the mark completely. Okay. So obviously it's embarrassing to other people. Embarrassing to me because I don't eat breakfast like that. So, I ain't mad. Okay. And that's how you gotta think. You just think like that. You think, well, you put yourself in, like I always tell people, you put yourself in here and there. Oh, hold on a minute. And this is why I like to do my lives early when I drop off my young one. You see how much interruptions there was already. And my young one will tomorrow I have to do the choice one tomorrow because I don't want interruptions and I've got other stuff going on. So if you guys don't see me for a while, it's because I've got other stuff going on. Okay. So let me just play this.
Like it can be so hit and miss. Like you have to go to a really good hotel to get a really good English breakfast. I think it wasn't given. I can accept that, but that was a fluke. Now we're on to the good stuff. He's done like 2 more reviews. They've gone really well. I'm looking forward to him hitting up a Caribbean spot. Like I know he went to Guanabara, but I want him to hit up an authentic Caribbean spot and give it those 10 out of 10, then I feel like I'll be able to breathe like a sigh of relief because he's come and he's shown the world what London has to offer. Because I can't take out, and this is why I'm nervous. Okay, it's just clocked. I can't take any more British food slander because if you know the spots in London, in the UK, you know that we do food here. We do food. We do that. No more slander. Keith Lee, I just hope the reviews are going to go well. Like, I can't be the only one this nervous. I can't.
If you are chronically online like me, you would know that Keith Lee is currently in the UK doing a food tour. Now, I'm not here to offer my opinion because there are more than enough people doing that on this app, and I don't want to add to the noise. But what I do want to talk about, I want to talk about the ongoing rivalry between both sides of the Atlantic. Black Americans versus Black Brits versus Black Americans. Well, British people aren't allowed to call themselves black, according to some Americans, but that's a conversation for another day. I'm gonna need the Americans to come to the front. Come to the front. Because George Bush once said, no child should be left behind, and a lot of you have been left so far behind, I don't know if you can ever be saved. And the reason why I want you guys to come to the front is every time an American tries to cuss or mock British culture, British food, just Britain in general, they use the same boring, tired tropes every single time. I'm going to need you to update your manual of jokes. I'm going to need you to update your handbook of jokes, because every time it's, hello, bruv, hello, mate, let's go get that brickle brackle and fizzy widgets for dinner. Do you guys really find that funny?
I've never heard that at all. I don't know where you've been, but I never heard that. But anyways, yeah.
Maybe later we're gonna play hide and seek.
Okay. So you have to come off real quick, sorry, because she's been really, she's really been patient. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop all this, what's going on now, right? Only one person or two people's opinions I agree with on this one, and that's it. I don't agree with the rest of them. If I have an opinion, I will put my own opinion on it, and I don't agree with most of them. Okay, so if I do come on live or whatever, I will put my own opinion on it, right? Because I feel that you have to be a free thinker. You cannot use one person objective and say, oh, they all think the same.
Salem's gone.
Okay. You can't put one person objective and then run with it. And like the lady said, it's to do with the hotel breakfast. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. And he has reviewed other places, and people just needs to just like don't say nothing and watch sometime before you say anything. Like me, I watched for a little while, and then that's why I did this live based on that. And when I saw the other videos, and I said, okay, he liked the food. Okay, so it's not that deep at the end of the day. It ain't that deep. So with that said, I'm gonna go to my patient baby, because like I did go and get a couple things while I was alive. That's why there was silence in between the muting and stuff, and I keep forgetting to turn on the video before I go off. But anyways, I'm gonna come off. Thank you, Sir Drop and Medusa, for coming through. Please leave your comment underneath the live and tell me what you think of this whole debacle. I just think it's stupid personally, but anyways, that's just me. But personally, I wouldn't take it as an offense, right? Because I think we would do the same if we went to America and the breakfast wasn't up to par. We probably will feel the same way too. So, and we will probably say, well, we won't just put it on that one breakfast, right? Probably another day now, right? Right, we go to another place. We find another place, we go to another place in the area for breakfast, right? That's how I think. And if you think like that, then that's all good. It's nothing to do with American versus us stupidness, because that's pure stupidness. Because the majority of things I talk about on here is American, to do with the Americas, and some British stuff and African stuff. To me, I don't see that, because I see we all going through the same thing. And Gole Phillips said the same thing. When he looked at the Spud brothers, he said, none of them look like me. So where am I going there for when I could buy a potato, get one cheese, one tin of tuna, and make my own Spud at home? My potato at home. Okay. So with that said, I'm not going to stay on here any longer. I'm not going to linger, and I'll see you guys in another live. Possibly tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. I'll see how it goes. But anyway, I'll schedule it, or we can have our conversation in the comment section. Please go over to the Dark Side of Ocean Yummy. Give that a little lift, a little supportage. I know I don't be over there a lot. Bring your comments over there too if you have to, and let's fill it out and stuff like that. And we will have the same. We will talk about this in the comment section. So I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.